To ensure safety at sea, the best that science can devise and that naval organization can provide must be regarded only as an aid and never as a substitute for good seamanship, self-reliance and sense of ultimate responsibility, which are the first requisites in a seaman and naval officer. Hello, I'm Kerry. Today we're plotting a course that takes us inside the whys and hows of some maritime jobs. That and more in this installment of Career Talk. Thanks for joining us.
It's a very vibrant market right now.
Career Talk has emphasized this reality before, but it bears repeating. The maritime industry offers up a wealth of opportunities for employment options.
I chose it because I really like it. I tried other schools before and to be very honest, they weren't as exciting. The thrill wasn't there. So I ended up doing this.
Today we zone in on some of the more common onboard ship jobs that are available and what you need to know to get started. If you're just starting out in the maritime industry, this is the bottom rung on the ladder.
That's one of the lowest ranks on board merchant marine vessels, and they deal with mainly deck work from the deck department, and they have no sea time and are in charge of roles such as watchkeeping, keeping a gangway watch, chipping and painting the deck, and basic ship maintenance.
But there is ample opportunity to work your way up.
You can move all the way to captain if you are good enough. And as an OS, you earn anywhere between $800 per month up to $1,500 per month, depending on the vessel you're on and what company you're working with.
And FYI, there is no specific training or certification needed for this.
No, just basic training to go on board, like life-saving techniques as they're practicing behind me right now, and similar courses, basic first aid.
The able-bodied seaman, AB, is just a step above ordinary and isn't exactly an indication of your physical condition, although just about every job on board a ship calls for being in good shape.
He does the same thing an OS would do, except he is certified and he would have had more experience and sea time. He gets more pay, of course, so he gets anywhere between $1,500 US to $1,000 to $2,000 US per month.
The junior engineer is at the lowest level of the engineering department but performs critical tasks nonetheless.
When you finish your training at the Maritime Institute or any other institute worldwide, and then you start your navigation, you have no sea time, but you like to become an officer. You have to first work as an apprentice engineer. In this position, you typically earn, well, $1,500 to $3,000, depending on the vessel and the company you're working with.
And then there's the licensed engineer.
His job is ensuring the operation of the entire engine room of the vessel. He is the equivalent of the captain for the engine department. So he runs the engine department of the vessel. So the chief officer is the right hand of the captain. So the captain has overall responsibility of the vessel. The chief officer is in charge of the deck department. The chief officer is in charge of the bosun, all the navigational officers, and everyone else that works on the deck. He gives them the daily roster of duties, yes. He's in charge of the navigation of the ship and its safety.
Now, think about a crew of men and women of whatever size working on a ship for months. What would happen if they are not fed often and well? Ship owners know that is not a scenario you want played out, which is why they hire stewards.
That is the chief cook on board the vessel. He's in charge of preparing all the meals. He would have a team at times, depending on the size of the vessel. He would normally have a mess man or maybe two mess men, depending on the size of that vessel. His earning potential is anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000.
Remember, whichever maritime job you do seek out, there are some constants.
It comes with a high level of discipline. It comes with commitment.
Let's shift gears for a bit now and check in with some news that might be of interest. And stick around because later we have some tips for finding a job in the maritime industry.
the animation and gaming industry has grown globally at an annual growth rate of some 10.5% to reach 140.6 billion at the end of 2012. It is an industry that offers huge potential for jobs.
And government wants Jamaica's inventive youth to get animated about this booming industry. In July, the industry minister announced a raft of measures to help make that happen. An animation workshop was staged at the New Kingston offices of Jamaica Promotions Corporation, JAMPRO. It followed on the successful staging in late June of a two-day animation conference and film festival dubbed Kingston. Minister Hilton has since assembled a high-level working group to help facilitate the growth and development of Jamaica's animation industry. JAMPRO and the Inter-American Development Bank, the IDB, are also teaming up to develop a finishing school for animators. And government is in discussion with the Heart Trust NTA for the inclusion of an animation workforce training course to be added to their curriculum.
As animation skills are transportable, any individual with animation skills can service clients globally from anywhere. This means opportunities for talent development, for new types of professional development, and opportunities for entrepreneurship and innovation.
Maritime jobs are hard to find, or they can be if you don't know where to look. So we have a few tips.
There are many different ways to get a job. Just like myself, you can be walking down the beach and bump into somebody and be at the right place in the right time and get very lucky. Other people know somebody already in the industry who gives them a word-of-mouth referral. Those are both very common ways into the industry.
First, start at the port. Most ports have a management team that takes care of scheduling and other port-related tasks. These will be the first people who hear about job openings, and they might even maintain a job board. So get out of the house and get hunting. You could also use the internet. Large shipping corporations don't often advertise jobs. They may just post openings on their websites or not at all. Do a search for keywords like fishing or shipping to see what corporations are near you and check their sites. Or even try calling human resource to see if any jobs are available. A must for this industry: network. Get to know major players in the industry and the ordinary workmen who will be a fountain of information about job vacancies, and build relationships so that even if a job is not at hand now, when one comes on shore, you'll be the first one called. And finally, think about land jobs. Remember, there is a whole sector of jobs for people in the shipping industry that requires work on land instead of actually on a ship. You can consider jobs at ports, in maritime education, and more. Good luck.
So we're back where we started this Maritime series as we end Career Talk for today. Thanks for being part of the journey, and be there next month when we explore a career in the beauty industry. Till then, I'm Kerry, encouraging you to think outside the box and be creative in your career explorations.